What up to living like a G? I am getting ready to leave for Miami. I leave tomorrow, and I wanted to do a quick little story time because I realized today that I have been in some weird sessions. I mean, just a couple of weirdos. When you get into the arts, a third of us are dealing with mental health issues. Another third of us are just people that just are outside the scope of society. And then there's like a third of us that somewhere land on somewhat of a normal scale. But I remember this one session. The session started, okay? Out the gate, right from the beginning, it started with, I'm feeling purple. I was like, what? And you bet I acted like I knew exactly what she meant. She was like, I'm feeling purple. I was like, oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you. That mix of red and blue, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That literally set the tone for the whole session. It was me trying to figure out what galaxy is she in, what planet has she landed on, and can I get with it? Because dude, it was like, and when you looked at her face when she was thinking about it too, it was like, I just feel color. And I'm like, I don't know what you want, but I'm trying to take it too. Because you're feeling things at such a deep level. And I'm actually really good friends with this person still today. And we laugh about it all the time because I was like, bro, I had no idea what you were saying. You were throwing out things and I was like, what in the heck? Like, oh man. I mean, I had another session too where the person showed up just like out of their mind plastered. I mean, they showed up plastered with a bottle in their hand, drinking more. And literally the whole session went like, oh, let me do that again. Let me do that again. And they would sing something, da 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 da. Oh, wait. Let me do that again. Let me do that again. It was like 8 hours of that. 8 hours. Imagine you're sitting. I already went in the booth. I sung my thing. I laid down what I had, started writing some lyrics or whatever. This person came to the studio and they were like, oh, let me hit that back. Oh, okay, let me sing this. Hours. We were there for forever. And I was like, I was starting to hit the snooze. I was like, Mr. Sandman came for me a couple hours ago. Like, I'm struggling here. Oh, man. When people add substances, I'm like, what is happening? Like, people get on, like, sometimes it works. For real. Like, sometimes it works. I'm not even going to lie. It works sometimes. It's a thing. It is what it is. Because some people can't take that wall down when they have a session. Like they've got like Jericho up and they just can't put that wall down to have like a really raw or vulnerable moment or they're just very self-conscious about the things that they're thinking about themselves or what they may think other people are thinking about them when nobody's probably thinking that. And so people smoke, people drink or whatever, and it lets down those walls and inhibitions or whatever, and then they come up with genius, right? I'm not really like that. I really tried to over the last 10 years to like be like that naturally without a substance because I never wanted to have to rely on anything. I just wanted to be able to be myself and not feel self-conscious or insecure or whatever. And it took a long time. It wasn't easy, but I didn't want to have to rely on something. But dude, it was like, I never met this person too. They're like hanging on me like we're best friends. the way you did that? The way you did that? Yeah, that was it. That was it. I don't even think I laid down. Although I will say they were spitting fire. Fire. I had someone one time too in a session. I'm just going to keep going because I have so many. I forget how many of these. I was in a session and this girl shows up. She's decked out, looks sick. Just has a swag about her. I'm like, yo, this girl's like dope, okay? And we get this track pulled up and she's like, oh, let me get some or whatever. And she stands up. I'm going to stand up and do it, okay? She stands up like this and she's like, while she's saying stuff on the mic, right? Which is crazy. She's like doing all these gyrations, moving her hips, her hands are up in the air. I'm like, she's grabbing something. I'm like looking up at the ceiling. I'm like, what is she grabbing? Like, what is, like, she gets something? Is there a fly in here? Like, what's going on? And, but literally, she spit the whole song in 2 takes. I'm talking about, like, not just melodies. She spit the lyrics, the inflections, melody, the whole freaking song in 2 takes. And I was like, I don't even know why I'm here. I was like, those hip thrusts words must have came out of those hips because literally she came out swinging. She was like, what did she say? She was like, what's the 411 with you and her and us? What's up? Say what's on your mind. I was like, what? Where did that even come from? What's the 411 with you and her and us? What's up? I'm like, what? It was crazy. It was one of the craziest things I had ever been a part of. And I was like, and then we're sitting there going over lyrics or whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, like, you think any of this needs to be tweaked? And I'm thinking, honestly, I don't even know why I'm here. You did the whole thing by yourself. Sure, I'll take my slice if you'll give it to me. Anyways, that's just a few of the stories. I'm sure I could go on and on and on. And I'm sure I will do another little section about the craziest sessions I've had. I mean, I've literally thought of like 10 in my head right now that I'm just like, what the heck? But I just wanted to come on and say some of them because the purple one is what gets me, dude. That's one of my go-to. I literally sat in that session. She looked me dead in my face. I said, what are you feeling today? And she looked me dead in my face, serious as ever, and said, I'm feeling purple. What? I still, 8 years later, don't know what that means. Genuinely. I don't know what that means. Are we on a spectrum? Are we talking about rainbows? Are we talking about Care Bears? I don't know what that means. Anyways, music industry is crazy. It always keeps you on your toes. Have a great week. I will see you next Wednesday. Please like and follow and share if you liked it. And that's about it. Peace.